Hey everybody, welcome back to BEARDEDATVers. Remember, don't forget to like and subscribe to all our stuff if you like it, so on and so forth. Share it, do whatever you can. I really appreciate it. The rest of the team appreciates it. Today we are going to talk about the differences between a H.I.D bulb, an LED bulb that is fanless but has heat sinks like this. I do have other ones, but they're on my machine. They're fully fanless and do not have crappy heat sinks like this. They have a built-in heat sink that is essentially just like this, but we'll talk about that in depth afterwards. And halogen bulbs. So first, we'll start off with, well, we're also going to talk about the differences between them, but we'll get to that right now. So between all those three, most machines usually come standard with a plain halogen ugly yellow bulb. There's nothing wrong with this really. I personally leave this in my high beams. The main reason why that I leave this in my high beams, let's say if you're out riding in a snowstorm or fog or whatever, if you turn your H.I.D or LEDs on, you can't see nothing. Absolutely. You might as well just crawl at like 5 kilometers an hour type thing, because it is so blinding. It's horrible. So that's really not your ideal situation. So that's why I leave these in, because the yellow cuts down through that fog or the blinding of the actual snow. Either or. That's why I leave these, at least one set of these still in. Now if your machine comes stock with LEDs, well then you're kind of screwed. If you have a light bar or anything else like that, you can't see anything at all in any of that situation either. It really blinds you. But on that note, none of these will replace a light bar. None of them at all. So the next, we will talk about the differences between a H.I.D and an LED. Main difference is that if you put an H.I.D in, it will not last the ballast, which I don't have right here with me. These are the little two connectors that connect into the ballast. Go a little closer. There we go. You can't, they just die. They can't deal with the mud, and they produce so much heat. These will literally melt. Like if you're covered in mud or whatever, it will bake that mud into your head like nothing. These are not really meant for a side-by-side or an ATV. But if you are going to run these, this is superior for distance. These are unreal how well these work for distance. You will be blinding your oncoming drivers though quite badly, so keep that in mind, or at least turn them down or whatever. Now LEDs are for the most part plug and play, and that's the biggest difference. You just take this little connector right here, shove it right into where the heck you gotta put your normal bulb socket on. No extra wires to run. Put that in, away you go. This design with these here will work. These get hot. Now if you get the ones with the actual heatsink on, which looks just like as if it was like this, and then here's your ballast resistor to go with it, those are what I have in my machine. It's been going 3 years, no issues yet. They work great for looks. Do they output any more light than a halogen? No. What they do them best though, for me personally, is when I got my light bar on and when I had my halogens in, if I would be driving around the trail, minding my own business. Oh crap, I think someone's coming around the turn, so I jam the brakes, turn my light bar off, everything else like that. Oh wait, it's just my halogen bulbs. I'm sure a lot of you relate with that. Especially when you're traveling 60, 70 kilometers an hour flying down the trail and you're, oh Jesus, somebody's there. Oh wait, no, it's just me, never mind. So remember, these factory so performance, great for fog and snow. These are generally the standards. These LEDs, you see little LEDs right there. You get them on Amazon usually. They are more or less the middle ground. I love how they look. And then H.I.Ds won't last, great for distance, greatly blind other drivers. LEDs will too, Don't get me wrong. But these are way worse. Especially if you don't have any projector housing or anything like that. These are quite bad for that. The ballast won't last. You have to run wires. You can't just plug it in and away you go. It's not a simple plug and play. Well, I mean, they do make some kits that are that way, but those ones really don't last. You have to connect them to a constant power source. If you don't connect them to a power source, they don't last. I personally run H.I.Ds on my own car because they give such great distance, and I live in the middle of the nowheres, and most of the time I'm driving without any actual street lights along the whole way home. So, great for distance. Middle ground. Perfect if you're cheap and you don't want to do any upgrades to your lightings other than light bars. So, remember, like, subscribe. If you need any parts or stuff like that, don't forget to go check out DirtyLife.ca. They are a great source for getting all your parts, aftermarket parts, tires, whatever the heck you need. Yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe to our stuff. Check out DirtyLifeATV.ca. And if you have any questions regarding what for what, I keep hitting my little mount here for my GoPro. Just ask, man. I'll help. If you don't know what will fit your machine, I'll take a second and go check out to see what will fit your machine. Until next time, keep your stick on the ice.